So, guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, talking about Evolution of Combat 11. Evolution of Combat 11 is going to be this Saturday, the 19th of February. Now, going to be at the usual place, the Maryhill Community Halls. Promises to be a fantastic night. We've got quite a few grappling events on the show, which is absolutely brilliant for all you grappling lovers. We've also got some Muay Thai, kickboxing, and then rounding the night off with obviously some MMA in there as well. Now, in regards to tickets, guys, tickets are sold out. So stop messaging Dan Hope because he doesn't have any tickets left. So the only place you will be able to see it is on pay-per-view. So if you jump onto the Evolution of Combat Facebook page, it'll take you through to live MMA, and the pay-per-view is £9.99. So absolute fantastic price for some of the matchups that you're going to get to see on the night. So my next guest is going to be on the show that night. So the man of the moment, Ashley Williams of Draig. Now, Ashley's probably one of the top grapplers, or he is one of the top grapplers coming out of Europe at the moment. Obviously been working over a number of years and building that up. So he's going to be up against Seany Stewart of Likens MMA. So it's going to be an absolute fantastic matchup. And I believe this is for Seany's title as well. So Seany holds the belt at the moment. So Ash is obviously looking to take that back down to Wales with him on Saturday. So Ash, listen, absolute pleasure as always to speak to you.
No, thanks for having me on. Looking forward to it, and obviously should be a really good show.
Definitely. Let's talk rugby at the moment. So obviously you guys beat us at the weekend.
I've actually been in Spain for the last week on a bit of a break, so yeah. I actually haven't watched any of the rugby yet. I did see the results. I think we beat you 2017. I think I'm not really sure, yeah. But I actually haven't watched the game. But I think we lost pretty bad the week before though. So you guys got a good win over England.
We did. Well, listen, anybody that beats England's a good win, Ash. So
yeah, of course. But yeah, I've seen the results, but I'm caught a game yet. And usually I watch all the Six Nations. So hopefully this weekend I'll catch them. Is there some on the stream?
I think so. Yeah, I think there will be. Yeah. So
cool. So I'll check that out when I'm up there.
Yeah. So because obviously I know you Welsh, same as us Scottish. We love our rugby. So yeah, definitely.
I usually watch the whole thing, but we've been so busy as a competitive team at the moment that we're just away every weekend. It just seems non-stop, you know. So it's quite chaotic at the moment. Training Monday to Friday, then just finding out where we're traveling to on Friday, drive up, compete Saturday or Sunday, and kind of repeat, you know. So been a bit busy few weeks.
It has been. I mean, obviously Draig's taken off at the moment. You guys are everywhere at the moment, competing everywhere. I know you were in Northern Ireland at the weekend there as well. Obviously you were at Grappling Industry. Was it Grappling? Sorry,
Grappling Industries London. Yeah. Weekend before we were in All Stars Manchester. We're just trying to stay as busy as we can, you know.
Definitely. You guys are absolutely brilliant to watch. As I said, I got to see obviously the five of you guys coming up for the Power Grappling up at Reaper Grappling recently as well, which was absolutely awesome to see. So really tight team that you've got as well. Everybody, as I said, is there for everybody else. So
yeah, we're building slowly, and we've got a lot of like good level purple, brown, and black belts that want to compete frequently, you know. So I believe we've got like Alpha Grappling the weekend after next, and then Sub Super Series. Just we're really trying to be as active as possible. You know, we always tell like the higher grades. You know, all our black belts and brown belts are all competitively active. We don't like all of us coach, but we all just put ourselves out there as often as we can. We've got guys going to the Europeans, so yeah, we're just staying as active as we can. Obviously, ADCC trials, the second one is a big one for our team, and then obviously the main dance then will be the ADCC in Vegas. You know, we're really looking forward to that as a team. So lots of exciting things.
Definitely, and you're all over the place at the moment. Obviously, you're training and not just competing, but obviously training, doing seminars and stuff like that. I know you're going to be doing a seminar in Glasgow. In Paisley, just outside Glasgow at Reaper Grappling on Saturday as well.
Yeah, so I'm trying to like just link up as much as I can in my travels. You know, I'm training with my team Monday to Friday at the moment.
Yeah,
And then in between that and competing, I'm just trying to get a seminar here and there, trying to just share the jiu-jitsu, just spread the jiu-jitsu that we're doing.
yeah,
As a team, I think we're very exciting grapplers to watch, and we always go out to try and win, not just by like a two, or like an advantage. We try to push and win
yeah,
every second of the round. So, like all our guys, we're trying to get like we're trying to race for 100 matches. So we're trying to see if we can get to 100 matches first this year. We've got a couple of guys already like high 20s. So I don't know if I'll catch them, but I'm gonna give my best go. But yeah,
yeah.
we're just trying to stay very, very active, and just keep the XP ticking over.
Yeah, and we noticed that as well. I mean, you had a post up talking about obviously the 3 events that you guys did. I think there was about 140 matches between just 3 events. Obviously, brought in a
Uh, we
massive
yeah, we
haul of medals as well.
100%. Yeah, I think between like I think it's maybe 7 to 10 of our competitors this year. I think we've already ticked over like 100, 160 matches or something, So
Yeah,
um, it's just really good to see, and it's really good team trips away, the car journey, just bantering.
yeah,
Everyone all left to cut weight, so it's always funny. So yeah, we just have a good laugh together, and we're kind of just between me and my brother, Josh, who also competing frequently at the moment and kind
yeah,
of spearheading a lot of our tournaments because I've been out of touch with the local scene for a few years now, and I forgot what it's like to drive up on a Friday, feel the
yeah,
nerves, have to like hop off, make the weight, and compete the next day, and have like 5, 6 matches through one day.
yeah,
It's just so different to what I've been doing for the last few years, So
yeah.
it's really nice to be back with the boys doing that.
Definitely, definitely. And then Welsh Jiu Jitsu as well. I was speaking to Jamie Hughes a few days ago, and we were talking about Welsh Jiu Jitsu. I think the last count was 69 black belts in obviously Wales at the moment. Obviously, I believe you were the 9th black belt.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Mhm.
So, but Welsh Jiu Jitsu at the moment seems to be not just at the moment, but I mean, you guys have been building over the years, but it seems to be at an all-time high at the moment.
Yeah, 100%. I think like it's kind of the positivity kind of breeds positivity, same as negativity. Like
Yeah,
in our pro team, we kind of tell everyone like, if you come in and your head's down, then you're gonna let somebody else's head drop as well. You've got to come in every day, head up, looking forward to going after it and kind of doing our best. And to be honest with you, even if guys lose in matches, like there's no apart from them as themselves feeling a little bit down about it.
yeah,
There's just no negativity in the team. Like everyone just respects everyone who puts it out there and goes out and goes after it. And I think that's what makes it so easy to go compete under the banner and kind of represent the team because, yeah, the Welsh Jiu-Jitsu scene is on fire, really. And I think it's only going to keep growing because we've got a lot of hungry guys coming out of the
yeah,
team that just really want to push and kind of make a statement, like, we haven't really gone for any majors, IBJF wise or like AGP wise. But we do intend to do that circuit next year after ADCC and kind of go between, like ADCC year, we'll do Nogi a lot and we'll kind of hit as many super fights and as many shows we can get.
yeah.
I know we got some guys going on Polaris now as well. So, just so many things coming up. But then next year, I think we'll go back and hit the Gi circuit, do the IBJJF majors,
Yeah.
do the AGP majors, and kind of alternate between them. Because everyone's just so excited to be on the mat.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the countries, certainly for Scotland. I mean, obviously we look at Wales because obviously Wales and Scotland very, very similar sized countries, and so obviously
Yeah.
we look at Wales and see, well, we see all the wonderful stuff you guys are doing. So obviously it's something that because it's difficult, obviously being a smaller country and looking at somewhere like England because England's such a massive area. So
I've said forever, like, and like, I felt for the first few years of my career, like, if I had just moved to England,
yeah,
and especially like relocated to London,
yeah,
then my profile would have gone up dramatically just from being in London.
yeah,
There's such a massive hub there, and it definitely is spreading out. The Midlands, and even up towards like Liverpool
yeah,
and a bit more north, and even in Hull now. There's like Owen Leafsy coming through. There's
yeah,
there's just massive hot spots, like Alice Young up in northeast Jiu-Jitsu, like there's massive hotspots building all around England, and I think Wales have got these little pockets of gold and
Yeah.
hopefully Scotland will keep producing and they'll get the recognition they deserve.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned Ellis Younger. He's a honorary Welshman. After the last, I don't know if you heard that he was on the.
Yeah, I did see he was on the Team Wales. Yeah. That was a good event, man. I
It
watched that
was,
event.
yeah,
It was a really good event, really good jiu-jitsu on
yeah,
display. El's a monster, man. He's
yeah.
so good. Very, very talented
Yeah.
guy. He just recently won. He won the title out in Chaos Grappling
Chaos
on the
as well, yeah.
weekend. So yeah, he's very talented. Nothing but respect for that guy.
Yeah, definitely. And then for you, then Evolution of Combat 11. Then, so how did it come about for you? How did you know you were going to be on the card?
I've got to be honest, I'm kind of just not turning down anything at the moment. So if anyone message me and says like, look, some couple of £100 or whatever, like, or they took me on a seminar or do something to kind of help me not kind of cost me to compete, I've just been saying yes to everything. I just want to try and get I don't want like my big what was happening previously, previous years is that every time I had a match, it was like one match against like a top 10 in the world. Then I'd have 6 weeks off. Then I'd have another match against the top 10 in the world. And, in an ideal world, I'd be competing against high-level opponents week in, week out, like the Americans are doing, because that's what they have access to. But I haven't got the same access, so really I need to be trying to compete against as many people as I can and keep fine-tuning my game and keep working my techniques, like I always say to everyone, I think people have got this misconception that I feel like I'm unbeatable or I'm not nervous and I think I'm going to win all the time. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I go in as nervous as anyone, if not more so because I feel like I've got so much to lose. It's a win-win for Seany. If Seany beats me, then everyone's going to go nuts and there's going to be a highlight reel going on, Instagram, Facebook. And if he loses but does well, then again, it's nothing for him, it's not really a big deal. And but if I go up and I don't kind of put on a great performance, even like an average performance wouldn't really be sufficient for people to say like, oh, Ash competed well, so the only way to keep getting those good performances is always to go compete as much as you can. And keep working your game, and that's why I'm staying active. Any under 70 kilogram grappling in the UK, if there's a show, and or even just I don't care. Bristol Open, Manchester Open. I just don't care. If you want to meet me anywhere in the mats from the UK, gi, no gi, like I'm down. I'm in. I just want to compete and I want to get experience. Because before ADCC, I'm probably gonna try and go to the States for a month and get some bigger matches. And then snowball from there and maybe take like 6 weeks off before ADCC just to purely train and kind of be in my element. And then go for the big show then, So we've got a good plan this year for the team and kind of where we're going and the direction we want to go in. And I got messaged by these guys. Obviously one of my teammates, John Maffin, is on the show competing for a title also. And I messaged him once Maffin was on the show. I was like, oh, hey guys, have you got any kind of spots open for any of the Draig members to compete? And nothing really came of it. They were like, oh, you can come up if you want to compete, but we haven't really got many matches available for your team. And I'm really trying to push to help my team to get matches on shows because obviously they're lesser known and they deserve recognition because the jiu-jitsu is so good to watch. So I've been trying to tell shows like, look, I'll come compete, no problem. If you can chuck one or two of my guys on, it'd be really appreciated. But it turns out like a lot of my team are going to, some of the guys are going to Manchester Open, some of the guys are in the Europeans. And I was kind of like, man, I was just sitting at home twiddling my thumbs. So I messaged them back and I was like, oh, you know what? I can come out and compete if you want me to. And this was when I was in Spain, actually. I was just chilling and they were like, all right, but we need to kind of know today. And I was like, yeah, cool. All right, I'll book flights and let's just get it going because, win, lose, it doesn't matter. I get to fly up to Glasgow, get to be nervous. I get to make weight. I get to compete. Get to walk out in front of the crowd. And those are all things that you can't fake, So I'm looking forward to the experience.
Definitely. And I know the last time me and you spoke, it was you hadn't done the trials yet. I think the trials were coming up and so on. So, and obviously that was your big goal. That was your kind of dream at that time. I want to go to the trials and win the trials. Now, obviously you've done that. So the next big dream, ADCC. And you're in against some big guys, some big monsters.
Oh, man. Like, everyone keeps asking, like, oh, who you hoping to get? I'm like, have you not seen the guys in it? It doesn't matter. It does not matter, man. Like any single one of these guys.
Yeah.
I feel like 66 could be the most exciting bracket because
Yeah.
any single one could win it. I don't even think you could sit there and go like, oh, it's these two guys, these three guys. Like every single person in that bracket so far is legit a killer. And just I'm gonna have to have the 4 best scraps of my life to pull this off. But
Mhm.
I'm feeling it. I've said for a while now. Like if you asked me last year what was my goal, it would have been to get into ADCC. And
Yeah.
then if you asked me like 6 months ago, I'd be like, oh no, man, I'm gonna do good in ADCC. I'm not just trying to get in there. I want to do well. And now
Yeah.
if you ask me, I'm like, well, I think I can win it. Like I don't see why I'm going if I don't think I can win it. Like I'm not
Yeah.
really. I don't want to sit around just going like, oh man, I'm an ADCC vet and just
Mhm.
like that to be the accomplishment. I mean, that's not what I want. I want to go out there and prove that my jiu-jitsu is good enough to be not just in the mix with the best in the world, but beating the
Yeah.
best in the world. So I'm really looking forward to it. Really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah. No, listen, we're buzzing to see you as well. As I said, we love you in the UK. As I said, we hold you in high regards, and you said that as well. Whenever you go to comps, it's usually a win-win for your opponent because obviously if
Yeah,
they come up against you, and again, I think it was Jamie Hughes I was talking to, and I said it must because I know you went to grappling industries, and
yeah,
anybody that was in your division must have thought, shit, it's Ash Williams.
yeah.
So,
Man,
uh,
I looked at the division. I was going down the list, and I was like, oh man, if I draw this guy, this guy, this guy, I was like, I could be in for the worst day of my life. And
yeah,
I respect a lot of people in the UK and their level and their ability. And
yeah,
as I said, like anybody can lose, and that's what the Americans are so good at. They'll lose on a Saturday and
yeah,
then compete on a Sunday and win. And
yeah,
once you realize your loss doesn't really define you anymore, because
mm,
I used to kind of have the opinion that like kind of like if you build up like momentum of 10, 15 matches in a row of winning, and then
yeah,
someone beats you, they kind of steal your momentum.
yeah,
But it's actually not true. They only steal your momentum if you let them. If
yeah,
you just go back and get active again, and you just put yourself back out there, and you go take another scalp, another guy, another title,
yeah,
then your snowball's still going. And I kind of changed my mind on that. I used to really be protective of my record. I haven't suffered many losses in the last few years.
yeah,
And I was kind of getting very protective of it and the idea of trying to not lose and kind of be like this undefeated fighter. And
yeah,
I just don't think it's healthy for you. It doesn't let you perform. Like now, when I go out and I'm willing to lose, I can
yeah,
perform so much better because I'm willing to try techniques that I know I can hit in class, but I usually wouldn't risk in tournament just in case. And
yeah,
now I'll risk any technique. It doesn't matter. Like if I try it and it goes wrong and I lose, I'll just go again next weekend and I'll try it again. It's not a
yeah,
big deal, and it's how the best in the world do it. And I think because I had a really good question about this on my Instagram story. Someone asked me how do you deal with loss and how do you move forward,
we saw
and
that.
it's
Yeah,
yeah, it's not about. I think the losing is kind of looked at very negative in the UK, as if like you're a loser and you're
yeah,
not worth what you've got. It's just not true anymore. You've got to the best in the world have lost the most out of anyone because
yeah,
they got to the best in the world by losing.
yeah, yeah,
And you should look at it as a really healthy part of the journey and just go out there. And I said I lost in front of my whole team in the British Nogi Absolute Final,
yeah,
and not a single one of them, was like, oh man, why didn't you do this? They were just like, fair play to you, bro. You put her out there and you went
yeah,
after it, and that's what we can ask of you. And that's what you need. That's what you need. That type of people behind you just going, you did what you could do, and that's that. And then we just
yeah.
go for the next one.
Yes. That's what I love about you. As I said, absolutely no fear. As I said, you're willing to put yourself in there against anyone. As you mentioned, anybody under 70 kilos. Do you know what I mean? You'll put
Yeah,
yourself in there.
I do try to stay the weight if I'm honest. Like I'm not getting old. I'm not old, but I'm 30 this year.
Yeah,
And I've been doing it for a decade now of competing like week in week out, and it is taking its toll on my body. Is the truth.
yeah,
So I want to protect the amount of years I've got left in me. I don't want to be doing stupid stuff like absolutes, super fights at a higher weight division because anything could happen, and
yeah,
I don't see why I'd gamble that right now where I'm at in my career. Like if I took a stupid match at 80 kilos before ADCC and I got injured,
yeah,
like it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. Like I don't do like adventure holidays. I don't ride my motorbike anymore. There's loads of things that I've reduced in my lifestyle
yeah,
to keep myself safe and keep myself healthy. And one of them would be just not competing. Like I did the absolute in the British Nogi because the team needed the points to try and beat Baja.
Yeah.
But I got to be honest, if I knew we had beaten Baja in the points,
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't have done the absolute because I was hurting for days and days and days after that. I thought flipping Max Bickton first was huge and incredibly good. I got out there by the skin of my teeth.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just, and then I thought Ellis, you know, and they're both monsters. And yeah, I was
Yeah.
hurting for a long time after that, like 10 days of like pain. So it's just
Yeah.
not worth it for me.
No, definitely, definitely. As I said, it's going to be a big year for you. As I said, we're all looking forward to it. As I said, we can't wait till obviously the ADCC comes around. We've obviously got, I think we've got a few other ADCC trials. Obviously, one in America going on. I think it's April time. We've got Moldova in
Yep.
May. So
Yep.
we'll see who else is going to be going there. So. But yeah, listen, anybody you want to shout out to then, Ash. So obviously friends, family members, teammates,
Yeah.
any
I
sponsors that
thought,
you may have.
yeah, it's always the same for me, man. Like, I always like love the fact that jiu-jitsu's individual, but like I said, I've been away for 1 week. I came back on the match day with my team, and it was just, it was bliss. You know, it's so nice. My team are just everything to me. I love working with them.
Yeah.
So my team are right up there, and then obviously the top boys who kind of compete with me week in, week out. My brother, my coach, you know, and then Chris, my coach.
Mhm.
Jamie, Tom Barry, Tom Tubby, all the guys who are just on the chopping block with me week in, week out.
Yeah.
And then my wife, it's Valentine's Day, so this is probably, you know, we'll call it Valentine's Day present because I haven't got her anything. So, and then yeah, Tommy Fightwear, who just been helping me relentlessly, and Grappling Industries again, who just supportive and came out of nowhere. They literally were like, man, we just got faith that you're gonna do good at ADCC, and I was like,
Yeah.
you're grappling industries, though. You're all big. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm just this guy from Wales, so yeah, I appreciate all the support and obviously just all the guys in the UK. I think we got like 100 guys coming out to ADCC
Yeah. Yeah.
from our gym. So like, you know, that type of sport is just insane. You can't like write down words, you know. So I can't wait to go out and to represent every single one of them.
No, definitely, definitely. And the one thing I want to say as well is I messaged Ash at 6:30 tonight. Normally, whenever we do this, normally we book a time. Normally we say, oh, it'll be in a few days or whatever. But Ash is like, yeah, listen, give me half an hour to finish my dinner and we'll be ready to go. So listen, absolute gentleman, Ash. Thank you very
No
much.
worries, no stress, man. Anything I can do, I'm always like pushing jiu-jitsu and promoting, you know. So it's all good.
Definitely, definitely. So, guys, watch out then. This Saturday, 19th of February, Evolution of Combat 11, Maryhill Community Hall. Get yourself on the Evolution of Combat page and get yourself that pay-per-view. As it's on live MMA, £9.99. Absolute bargain for some of the matches that you're going to be able to see on the night. You're going to see Ash Williams of Draig up against Seany Stewart of Likens for Seany Stewart's title. As I mentioned, Ash is looking to take that title home back to Wales with him. So listen, Ash, again, absolute pleasure to talk to you, buddy.
No worries. Thanks, Stoomboy.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your night, buddy. Okay, I'll see you Saturday.
Cheers, man. Bye
Take it
bye.
easy, mate.